Am I, can y'all hear me now? Yo, hey, yo, what up, Hector? Yo. Man, awkward. Family's outside the door. Anyways, hello people, Seku-Senpai here. We're here back for Umineko. It took me a few minutes to set up. Man, I forgot that I put the game onto my hard drive. So when I was opening up the game, I was like, yo, what happened? What happened to the game? Let's talk about download the game. I was like, what are you talking about download the game? Half an hour to download? No. So, man, how's everyone doing on this fine Thursday? It's been some crazy weather over here. Remember on Thursday, on Tuesday, I was talking about how it was hot. Like, it was like extremely hot over here. And the next day it was raining and it cooled things down. And today it was like cold in the morning and then it was raining a lot. Then it got a little warm and now it's like cooling. I don't know what's up with the weather. But hey, yo, what's up, Genshin? How's it going? Man. But yeah, I'm glad that the game loaded up. Man, I was about to be so mad. I'm about to say, no way I gotta re-download this whole game. But yo, we're back from where we left off. Last week was, not even last week, Tuesday. I feel like it was so long ago, but it's only been 2 days. But yo, last stream, dang. Who is that? Who are you? You're not Battler. Fake Battler out here, but yeah, we're going to see what's going on with Anji now. Going back to 1998. She's going to make her way to the island, I believe, this time. Or maybe not. I don't know. Then we also have the other girl who's chasing her. Kiri's sister. So, yeah, let me make sure everything's looking good over here first. Before we actually get into this. Oh, man. There we go. Okay, good. All my audio is where it needs to be. And, yeah. Frosty. Yeah, for real, Among Us Battler. Yo, who is that dude? This imposter. This fake Ushiromiya Battler. Yo, what up, Victor? My volume like loud? Oh man, my volume was at 80. I was like, dang, why am I hearing so many seagulls in my ear? Yo, I felt like I was at the beach. Okay, that's good. Okay, everything looks like it's all set up. Hey, yo, what up, Flex? How's it going? Yo, everyone with the yos. We got a lot of yos in the chat today. Oh, man. Okay, let's get this going. Get hyped today. Make sure I have my fan pointing at me in case it gets hot again. It's like I said, this weather is all over the place. Hot, cold, hot, cold, cold, hot, cold, hot. Why does it tell me to unlock on load? Like, do I have to? Because I could clearly load. What's it telling me to unlock? Remove the lock on this episode if you do not progress through the episode in order. Okay, whatever. If I could load, I could still load. I'm not about to. Next minute I click something and then I mess something up. Knowing my luck. Oh, school presentation project? Oh, man. I feel that. Man. We got this happy music over here. After that big drop last week, man. But yo, good luck on that school project. Man, I remember school projects. Last school project I did was my senior thesis. Now that project. Mzaki? Oh yeah, they had the vocals of the song. Okay, gotta turn my volume back up. Okay, what's up? Yo, yeah, turn off the music when I started vibing with it. Okay, Makusa turned the radio off. Oh yeah, finals? Oh yeah, I forget it's like June, end of the school year for public school and whatnot. The world of cherry sounds was immediately swallowed up by the roar of the sea and blotted out by the ocean's gray.
見えるかい？あの辺が当時の船着き場だ。
You know what's actually creepy last night? I was lying in bed. This was like 2 a.m. I went to bed because I was watching some anime. And there was like this creaking in my room. And I was like, yo, what is this? Is there something in the wall or something? I never figured out what it was. I think it was probably my fan blowing and bumping into something, but you don't know, creepy stuff always happens. Of course, after I played Umineko, that was the night after I played Umineko. Not last night, the night before last, so. The boat captain pointed out, and I couldn't really recall that scene of 12 years ago. I thought I'd surely be able to immediately remember how things had been at the time, but no memories came back to me. After that incident, the island was sealed off and left to the wild. I couldn't satisfy myself with the thought that this was just inevitable, and it felt sad and painful for some reason. But I at least remember one thing. You might say that it'd probably be the same anywhere on the sea, but I remember at least one thing. The cries of the seagulls. Umineko. I do remember those. When I was young, I rarely went to this ocean. Same. So everything that symbolized the ocean meant Rokkenjima and the family gathering to me. In short, it was a symbol for the happiness of going out with my family. However, at this point in time, it seems doubtful whether that even was happiness. In my younger days, the trip had felt like a relaxed family vacation, but considering my parents' situation at the time, it was surely a very difficult trip to handle, with the distribution of the inheritance filling the place with the smell of gunpowder. For real. I can remember giggling all over the place, completely ignorant of my parents' feelings. Well, I mean, you're a child. Enjoy your youth. Don't worry about that parent inheritance stuff, them arguings and whatnot. Yo, that's trash right there. Hey, nice. Oh yeah, I forgot I have a Discord. I forgot I have that. I need to promote that a bit more. But yo, everyone, I also have a Discord. Do I have that linked on my YouTube channel as well? I think so. But yo, thanks for joining that. And make sure I put that out there. I posted it on there and I forgot to mention it and stuff. Amakusa, in an attempt to speak from my innermost feelings, tried to sound cool. Okay, nice. I'll check it out after this. The boat slowly rounded the island. I hope that viewing it at a different angle might bring back my memories of the island silhouette at the time just a little. But in the end, even when that inlet was hidden completely by cliffs, I wasn't able to remember anything.
船長、さっきのもう一つの船着き場の話を聞かせてください。
Hold up a second. Let me check something out for a second. I didn't reacquaint myself with the people in 1998. Yeah, we have Kasumi. That's her name. Juza, Amakusa Juza. Yeah, this dude. Yeah, Ava's dead. Sakutora, yeah, Maria. Seven Sisters. This guy's probably dead at this point. Nanjo's son. Kumasawa's son. And we have the captain. Okay. Remember these people. Hey, thanks for joining. Yo, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Hopefully you are too.
ロッケン島には船着き場は一つしかないことになっとる。だがそれは表向きだ。
Okay. Oh, so there's a secret one, maybe?
もう一つの隠された船着き場。ロッケン島そのものね。誰も知らない二つ目のもう一つの顔がある。
ロッケン島はUshiromiya家の領有する島だ。だが金蔵さん個人が所有する島というもう一つの顔がある。
Kinzo personally.
一つの島、二つの船着き場。
Two arbors, two mansions.
ですね。
Okay, that
愛
makes
人を
sense.
囲うためだけに随分と金をかけたもんだ。
Hey, yo, Kinzo. Hey, he's mad, so
もう一つの船着き場のことを知る人間は
that's a good question.
限られとる。金蔵さん、執事の
Genji, I knew Genji was a given.
わしら船の関係者。
And the boat people. Excuse me.
高齢の使用人がほんの数人だ。
So maybe Kumasawa knew. But then again, we also have other servants that we have not yet met.
南條診療所の先代先生
who
も
were on shift
熊沢
on
のばあさんも知っとる
October 4th through 5th, right? Those are the dates.
数えり
So,
ゃ結構いるような気がするが、とにかく知っている人間はわずかだった。
what was that? Previous owner of the Nanjo Clinic and the Clinic Sabacha. Okay. Name all of them like... Okay. Interesting. Interessante.
もう一つの屋敷について教えてください。
Oh yeah, please do. This mysterious mansion
クワ
that
ドリアンちゅう名前のお屋敷
they
がある
just
とだけは
mentioned
聞かさ
here
れと
and
っ
there.
た。わしは船を離れることを許されんかったから、一度も見たことはないが。
Mm-hmm.
船着き場からは見えないくらいに遠いということですかい？
Yep. In that forest.
た
Into
だ
the thick of
隠
it.
し屋敷だからな。外からは見えん場所に建ててあったろうな。とにかくクワドリアンについてはあの島の最高の秘密だった。
Of that island. Okay.
クアドリアンにベアトリーチェが住まわされていた、あるいは幽閉されていたという説がありますが、船長はどう考えますか？
わしはクワドリアンへの雑貨も運んでおった。その中に女しか使わんような、それも高級なもんが含まれることも多かった。わしもその説を確信しとる。
Okay.
では船長はベアトリーチェって女を直接見たことはないわけですか？
ない。
Nope. Okay.
20年近く出入りをしたが、
20 years never saw her. Interesting.
20年
Hmm.
ひゅーってことは最低でも年齢プラス20ってわけだ。こりゃマドモアゼルは期待できねえ。
Yo, for real. That's like winning the lottery.
クワドリアンへの
They
出入りは
survived
あ
that.
る日を境に
Man.
ぷっつりとなくなっちまった。今からだいたい30
That is
年
crazy
前だ
though.
から
That's like one of those stories where, yo, I didn't decide to go on that trip, or I decided not to go take this path, and then next thing you know, something bad happened down that way. Man,
昭和43年頃だったと。
crazy. To be lucky enough to not have a shift that day.
ぷっつりと
Wait, what? That's about 30 years ago, around Showa 40. I wonder if Anji interviewed those other servants who weren't there that day. She interviewed a lot of people. I don't know. Okay. But yeah, what was that? About 30 years around Showa period, cool, don't stop. One day a bang. Okay, interesting. Okay, what do you mean by that?
食料やゴミなどの運搬往来で、わしらは決められた日程で裏に行っとった。
Okay.
ああ、裏っちゅうのは、クワドリアン側の船着き場のことだ。
Okay, hidden side. Okay, Kuador.
そ
Yep.
れで
Yeah, continue, please. I'll get it.
ある日、源氏さんから急な連絡があった。別の指示があるまで裏には行かなくていいって言うんだ。
Oh.
別の指示
Don't go to the hidden side.
特にはなかった。
Oh, does that have to relate to...
ある日突然、裏には今後、定期便はいらない。食料も届けなくていいと
I
言わ
wonder
れ
if
た。
that's to relate
わしは最
to...
初、
Wait, hold up.
クビにされたのかと思ったよ。だが、すぐに気づいた。それ
Okay,
に、
continue.
クワドリアンのことを知る使用人
Yeah,
たちの様子
someone
から
passed
も、
away?
なんとなく察し
Yeah,
がついた。
okay, before you continue, man, I'm assuming that has to do maybe with what Rosa was talking about last episode, right? When she was talking about that thing with Beatrice. How she went to the Kuadorian, if we could believe that story. That, you know, that Beatrice was with her and then, what, fell off the cliff and died? But then her thing was out. Yeah, I remember that, but I can't explain it. y'all, some of y'all know what I mean. Hopefully.
ベアトリーチェが死んで
Oh,
食料を
yes,
届
yep,
ける
okay.
必要も
Okay, I just wanted to
世話
confirm
人
that
を送る
before they
必要
showed
も
that.
なくなった
Okay,
わしはそう考えとる。
that's what he thinks.
それっきり、裏へ船を出せという指示は受けてない。
And that was the 20 years ago, right? So that would... I guess that would what? That would a lot... Well, 20 years ago. Oh, man. I don't know
し
about
かし、
time-wise now.
裏については死ぬまで何も喋るなと。
Mm-hmm.
その後、源氏さんが直接わしのところへ来て、えらく強く念を押した。
Until I died. Well, you didn't keep that promise.
20年間も放置されていた隠し屋敷にどうしてエヴァおばさんが
On that day 12 years ago, Ushiromiya Ava somehow escaped harm alone in a hidden mansion 2 kilometers away from the mansion. That is a good question. What was she doing there? Why was she in a hidden mansion that had been forgotten for 20 years?
ワイドショーで見たよ。
I guess that was farther back. Okay. I saw on the talk
わ
shows.
しにも
Okay.
何が何だかさっぱりわからん。エヴァさんを裏へ案内したことは一度もない。どうして、どうやってクワドリアンを知り、たどり着いたのか。わしにはさっぱり見当。
裏のクワドリアンに陸路で行くことは不可能だったのかしら。
Yes, must probably. I mean,
もしも
If it's
話
on
通
the
り
land,
に
then
未
yeah.
開の密林だとしたら、おめかしした奥様風情に踏破できるもんじゃありませんぜ。
じゃあ帰ろう。
what
モ
about
ータ
by
ーボートみたい
sea?
なものがあったとか。
まさか。
Yeah, especially during that
あの
typhoon.
二晩の台風は。
Yeah, exactly.
そりゃひどいもんだった。船なんぞ使えるわけもない。
That's like that death.
じゃあ屋敷とクワドリアンを直通する。例えば地下通路のようなものがあったとか。
That's the
愛人の
possibility.
家
Yep,
を出入りする
that
の
has to
に
be it.
毎回船の用立てが必要なんて面倒でしょ。
全長 2km のロッケン島の対角線上に存
This
在
is
する
some
屋敷をつなぐ
insane
ために
construction that went down on this
そんだけの長い地下
island
トンネルを
when you think about it.
バカにしてえところだが、愛人のために隠し屋敷まで作っちまう大富豪。
Exactly. Like
否定できんところ
you
です。
can't deny
どうなんです
that.
か？
Like this dude Kinzo really
わしは
kept
海
a
の人
woman
間だ。
hidden in a mansion on an island that he bought.
だが硫黄島で旧日本軍は25キロのトンネルを掘ってみせたぞ。あの金蔵さんなら2キロくらい掘ってみせてもわしは何も驚かん。
Yep.
やっぱりおかしな島ね。私たちはこ
This
の島の
accursed island.
未だ誰一人何も知らない。
Not a thing about it. The boat reached the shore. They would have to walk a short ways to reach the mansion. Yep. Hey.
わしはここで待っている。屋敷は向こうだ。
Okay, man, don't die on us.
当時の道が残っているだろうが、草木で覆われてしまってるはずだ。
Like
迷
seriously,
わんように
I
気をつけてな。
I wouldn't be surprised if we come back and you're dead. To be honest, at
行
this
きましょう
point,
かね。
considering the way the story
あり
is.
がとう天草。あんたもここで待ってて。
Oh, Makusa too?
ま、そう言い出すんじゃないかと思ってましたぜ。
Oh, okay.
届け物をするだけよ。あなたが一緒だと向こうが迷惑するの。あんたの毒素強そうだから。
Huh. Yeah.
毒素
Yeah. He's like, what toxin?
はて
He's like, do I smell?
すぐに戻るわ。今日の本命はクワドリアンの方だもの。
Yep.
届け物をしたらすぐに戻ってくるわ。
Okay. Anji put her knapsack holding the flowers she would offer.
さしてやれ、若いの。行ってこい、お嬢ちゃん。
Hey.
あんたの家族が待っている。
Okay. Yeah. Then the island years later. I had never been on a road like this, but I had no trouble finding my way. If I walked straight ahead, it would probably guide me to the final destination for everything. It was true that the vegetation was incredibly thick, and if I didn't pay attention, I would lose track of the path. But the road that was left was much clearer than I'd guessed it would be. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Much clearer than it. Yeah, I would expect there to be more, like, growth of nature. Still, that didn't change the fact that it was a bad road, yeah. Contrary to the distance shown on the map, I was forced to walk a long way. Okay. The forest was deep and dark. At the time, I had been threatened into staying away from the forest because a witch lived there. Of course, that fear is gone now, but I feel it. Because I was me. I could feel the presence, like an aura, of the golden witch Beatrice. Here and there were massive fallen lumps of rock along with overgrown trees and ivy. And the voices of birds and bugs. Yeah, I feel it. I feel that the witch is here. Oh, are you going to encounter her? Ahead, an ivy-covered construction site, fence, a warning sign stood. And a warning sign stood, okay. No entry, Tokyo Metropolis. That was written on it. Yeah, that's right. When you think Tokyo, you tend to think of a city. But Rokkenjima is also located within the Tokyo Metropolis. Apologizing to the sign for my rude mistake, I climbed the fence. When I crossed the steep slope beyond that, my field of vision rapidly expanded, and a fresh sea breeze blew through my hair. Oh, okay. It was like the top of a little hill. Below me was a vast view of the island. I could only see desolated forest and rock walls spread out below me, but I realized that the mansion was probably somewhere around there. The steep downward slope beyond this hill had probably been caused by earth and rocks collapsing from 12 years of wind and rain. Yep. It had become a slant filled with crags that you might even call gentle cliffs. And it would be too easy to tumble down, though it looked like cliffing back would be pretty difficult. Okay. In any event, it seemed that proceeding any further would be impossible. If I continued any further, I wouldn't be able to return. In other words, this is the border. Oh. This place in 1986 and 1998, and it is that day and today. The boundary between this world and Nirvana. Okay.
ここがこの旅の終着点みたいね。
Final destination. As the strong winds blew Mamon's and Sakutora's hair, they looked down from the hilltop. Hey, there, nice.
ここからじゃさっぱりわからないわ。お屋敷はどこ？もっと近づきましょうよ。無理だよ。戻ってこれなくなっちゃうよ。
Huh. We won't be able to come back. Is that it? I see. This is 1998. And I am the Ushiromiya Anji who has been left all alone. At first this was a journey to die, but not anymore. It's become a journey to accomplish something.
だからごめんね、二人とも。あの日の私なら何も戸惑わずにこの崖を降りるだろうけれど。
ビルの屋上から飛び降りた後宮エンジェが情けない。
ごめんね。
ここでも同じだよ。あの日の風が感じられるから。こんな風だったっけ？
Yeah, this wind is kind of eerie.
もうすぐ来てくれるよ。
They will come. Everyone. Sakutora said it as though it was completely natural. That's kind of creepy, and I believed it. Dad, Mom, Oni-chan, all of my relatives, and those fun servants. And Moreo-ne-chan.
私よ、エンジェよ。私は帰ってきたわ。
When I started my journey to expose the past of 12 years ago, my goal had been abstract, and I hadn't understood. But now I have no doubts. This journey was induced by several thoughts and fates over 12 years. A journey to reach an end for me, Ushiromiya Anji. And a journey to reach an end as the last witch of Muriage Sorcery. Okay. I came here as the last daughter of the Ushiromiya family. And as the last witch. Yep, ending the
お
journey.
父さん、お母さん、ごめんね。先にマリアお姉ちゃんとの挨拶をさせてね。
Okay. A strong tailwind urged me on. That tailwind took my soul out from inside my body to the vast forest beneath me. For real. Yo, thanks for joining the chat. And though from here on I couldn't see, I believe that it flew me to the mansion on that day, to where everyone was, to where Maria One-chan was. And so, even though my body was on the top of a hill, a strong wind blowing against me, my soul was now certainly dancing through that sky. The vast sky of Rokkenjima. Below me was the green of many trees, but I understand. I can comprehend the presences of my family and relatives and all the servants, and Maria One-chan too. I could even comprehend Maria One-chan as a witch. It was vast, more than any vast space I had imagined up until now.
マリアお姉ちゃん、聞こえる？聞いて。
Anchi called to the Maria of that day. She told her the long journey she'd undergone, and her long-delayed realization of just how much she wounded Maria in her youth. Yep, that was pain. She understood magic, and now understood everything about the world Maria had wanted to show her. Yeah. It was very warm, overflowing with love and happiness. She wanted to become even happier by sharing that world. But I trampled it.
だから私、今こそ全部理解したの。魔法を理解した。私たちの魔法はきっととてもささやかで身近に溢れてる。でもそれは誰の目にも見えるものではないのよ。魔法とは。ええ。はっきり言えるわ。
Yeah, she believes in the magic, using magic. Without love, it cannot be seen. Sorry, One-chan. I've already been excommunicated from the alliance of witches, but now I understand how wonderful it is. Yo, for real, this OST, 10 out of 10. And I know that after the day I wounded you, I keep seeing wounded. After the day I wounded you, Mirage Saucier was transfigured into something different from what you truly desired. Even the magic that spat anger by cursing people was probably important to One-chan in those days. One-chan's environment was sad enough to permit that. With Rosa? Yikes.
もうそんな悲しい日々は。だからお姉ちゃんの魔女同盟を元の優しいマリアージュ・ソルシエルに戻そう。
The Grimoire was in my hands before I realized it. The strong winds were rapidly blowing its pages one after another. What pages are going to bring it to? That world had been kind in the beginning. How could you give birth to magic that would make candy fall from the sky? How could you give birth to magic that would make tomorrow's dinner cream? Croquette? Or crochet? How could you give birth to magic that would make the weather good when you went out the next day, making your whole day fun? New spells of happiness were created one after another, coloring her world with kindness. Those days were flipped through one after another, and months began to flash by. Oh, it's getting dark now. The pages with drawings had once been colorful, gradually began to change into the color of black ink. Eerie magic circles and demon summonings. Evil magic for harming people. How could you give birth to magic that would cause the class bully to catch a cold? How could you give birth to magic that would seriously injure someone in class so that they died? How could you give birth to magic that would cause a bus loaded with all the bullies to fall off a cliff? Malicious spells were created one after another, bearing the pages and her heart.
私がお姉ちゃんを傷つけたから、
Yep.
マリアージュ・ソルシエルはこんなになってしまった。お姉ちゃんは白き無垢で無邪気な優しい魔女だったのよ。
She was. Yo, poor Maria, man.
元に戻してあげる。元のみんなを幸せにする魔法を世界中に振りまいていた。
Oh. I was like trying to figure out what that sound was. Okay.
マリアお姉ちゃんに戻してあげる。そのために私はここへ来た。運命に導かれてきた。お姉ちゃん、聞こえてる？
Can she hear?
その姿を。 私の前に見せて。
Oh, she's still talking? My bad. That voice rode an even stronger wind and was sent 12 years into the past. Then, the wind gradually ceased, and silence fell. Crunch, crunch. I could hear the sounds of gravel being stepped on. I listened to those footsteps, surprised at this miracle. Without a doubt, those were Maria Onechan's footsteps.
マリアお姉ちゃん。
Yo, Angie, don't get your hopes up high. Is this really gonna be a happy encounter?
かすみよ。
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I knew not to get my hopes up high. Not Kasumi. Not this lady. This witch.
ようやく見つけたわ
Oh
よ。
man.
エンジェちゃん。
Oh boy. Yep. Nuh-uh. Before I knew it, Aunt Kasumi and her black suits a total of 7 people who didn't resemble Maria Onechan in the slightest. Yo, for real. Oh, yeah, true. Well, Maria's character really did shine as the chapters went by. Before I knew Aunt Kasumi, I just read that. And it felt like my voice had been just about to reach yeah, you're about to reach her. It probably was. Because of those guys, Toxin. The magic was cut off. Anji clicked her tongue at that, but Kasumi probably didn't hear it that way.
そのお花は亡くなった家族への？
Why do you care?
えらいわ。それ投げるんでしょ？いいわよ。それまで待ってあげる。
Yo, Anji, what's the plan here? Just what are you waiting for? But Anji could more or less guess. The way the black suits unnaturally stuck their hands into their pockets clearly brought to mind the likelihood that they had handguns. Yep. This is a deserted island, the place for execution. And you're near a cliff? There could be no more convenient place to dispose of someone. Where's Amakusa? I have absolutely no interest in the family matters of the Sumadora family. But if I die, all that wealth will go to them. Unlike me, they're probably very interested and concerned about this matter. Of course, it seems that if the massive amounts of stock I own suddenly go to them, it will be pretty bad for the Ushiromiya group as well. And they're apparently having a secret feud, fighting over me all by themselves. Yeah. That's probably why President Okonogi gave me Amakusa as a guard. Having Amakusa wait on the boat was a regrettable. Yeah, that was a big mistake. I had, like, the moment she said Amakusa stay on the boat, I was like, oh boy. What if you're by yourself and something goes down? Amakusa over here,
おばさん、
probably one-man
い
army.
つからここで待ち伏せを？
早朝からよ。
What?
おかげで
So she was already
すっかり
here.
待ちくたびれちゃったわ。
Oh
何しろ
boy.
喫茶店もお化粧室もないからね。
トイレもないから、お上品に木陰で用を済ませていたわけ。
Yo. Oh, what? She slapped her? Yo, she didn't like that.
仮にもスマデラ家の血を半分引いてる淑女が、そんな汚らわしい言葉を使
Struck a
うん
nerve?
じゃないわ。やっぱり
She
スマ
didn't
デラ
deny
切
it
り絵の
though.
ため
Like,
気品のかけらもありゃしない。
she grabbed me by the hair and forced me to forced my face to hers, and then spat on me. Oh, hex no. Nope. Anji, you gotta throw hands now. And hex no. My words might be filthy, but they're no worse than her spit. For real.
おばさんが私のことを話すと、いつも母さんのことばかり。私、そんなにも母さんに似てますか？
ええ、似ているわ。その生意気そうな目つき、鼻も口もそっくりよ。自由奔放で無責任。歴史と伝統あるスマデラ家の重みなど何も考えず、自分勝手に家を飛び出したわ。おかげで、私の人生はずっとその尻拭い。
Is it why you have so much
まさに
animosity?
あんたの人生、クソまみれね。
Because you had to cover up for... Oh my gosh. When I slapped on my cheek, my ear was smashed, and for an instant, my head rang. My hair was pulled, spinning me around, and I fell to the ground. Yo, wait, what did Anji say? I guess their life really has been covered with... Yo, all these people just... sad backgrounds. And in a flash, the ground was kicked, and I was struck with sand. Dang, she beat her up?
に姉さんに似てきたわ。
Yo, Anji, do not let this
その目
lady...
つき、そのどこか小馬鹿にした目つきよ。はあ、思い出すわ、いろいろと。
哀れな人ね。
Yeah, sad and
き
despicable.
っと幼い頃から何かにつけて母さんに比較されて蔑まされてきたんでしょうに。
Yeah, that's how I have a feeling as well too.
そしてあんた
Even more reason why she didn't like
その
Kiri.
惨めさから解放されやしないわ。
お前みたいな小娘にはわからないわよ。あんたのお母さんはね、何もかもを投げ出してスマデラ家を逃げ出した負け犬なのよ。その負け犬のせいで私がどれほど迷惑したことか。
That's, yep, there we go. Right there.
あんたの迷惑なんか私の知ったことじ
She's
ゃな
like,
い
yo,
わ。
that's between you and Kiri. It's not me.
私の生まれる前に話をされても困るわよ。
For real.
あんたの人生は
She just
い
has...
つ始まる
She's just
始まりや
directing
しないわ。
her
いつまで
anger and
も
everything
いつまでも
towards you
平
because
気
you're
に
the daughter of
死んだ
her.
母さんに嘲笑われ続け
Of Kiri.
そのまま死ぬのよ。
Terrible, man.
というか死ねばなんで生きてるの？
Mm-hmm.
この口の減らないガキが。あんたたち、
You
ちょいと
all...
お茶をしてやりなさいな。
Oh! That drug tea?
お任せを。
Oh, heck no.
知らねえクソガキ
I
が
hate... Oh.
少し勉強させてやるぜ。
The black suits dashed to me, violently grabbed me by the nape of my neck, and dragged me down.
私が一服終えるまでに適当に。
Yo, Amakusa, you need to show up, man.
かわいいメイにちょいと身の
What?
程を教えてあげなさい。
Sumodora Kasumi. When I think about it, she was a pitiable person. To the outside world, women of the Sumodora family were trained to be in a position that supported and deferred to men. But in actuality, strong leadership was required from them so that they could manage all the common people. The role demanded of them really was that of a female commander, like literal reading in the world of Okami. Managing the Sumodora family with all its traditions was not something that could be accomplished with just an ordinary level of dignity. No doubt, it was an unimaginable heavy responsibility. Normally this would have been demanded of Kiri, but then Kiri left, and then she was given it, and wow. Kiri had undergone that harsh training. And Kasumi as a younger sister should have been able to take it easy. Yeah, that's so crazy. No, on the contrary, she had lived like a lazy, selfish, and affluent princess. Sneering at Kiri had been given that heavy responsibility. Wow. However, Kiri had suddenly been disinherited. She had refused the fiancé her parents had arranged and had gotten pregnant by her lover Ushiromiya Rudolph. Rebelling. From the Sumodora's perspective, even though the Ushiromiya family had a vast fortune, it was a low-level family that had already collapsed. And to become not even a legal wife, but a mistress to the second son of that family, normally a daughter of the main family would be shown no mercy for such dishonor. They would wrap her up in a mat, place a pole on the end, and throw her either into the Pacific Ocean if the pole fell to the right or the sea. What? Yo, the Sumodora family does not play. They straight up like, what is this? They're Yakuza? Like, Yakuza? But Kiri's punishment ended with disinheritance and unbelievably warm-hearted decision. Yeah. After that, the Sumodora family began receiving favorable treatment from a section of the Ushiromiya group. There must have been some kind of backroom deal. In other words, Kiri openly left the Sumodora family under the pretense of gaining financial support from the Ushiromiya family. Kasumi had watched that happen in shock. Yeah. No, she even disparaged her dishonorable sister as a loser. But eventually, she realized that the heavy responsibilities Kiri had borne would be passed onto her. And then for some time she saw that she'd been outwitted.
あんたの母親のせいで私の人生はめちゃめちゃにされたわ。いいえ、一度殺されたと言ってもいい。あの日に私は
Boo-hoo, get over it.
地獄のような日々に突き落とされたのよ。
But it does kind of sound like what she had to do sucks. All this responsibility and stuff that she has to do as this head. Not to mention the whole thing that if you don't do something, you get thrown into the ocean with a pole. Like, jeez. Not responsibility, but also pressure. But this is not the way to like, man.
口の減らねえ小娘だぜ。ほら。
The black suit punched me in the gut, and I doubled over. But I was quickly grabbed by the nape of the neck and made to stand up again. Kasumi cold-heartedly looked down at me, smoking a cigarette. The painful days after Kiri had left were floating through her mind. Until then, she had been allowed to be a simple lady, free-willing and naive. Exactly. Only the older sister, Kiri, had been harshly trained, and she, the younger sister, had been able to live as nothing more than a princess. Then suddenly everything got flipped over and her life came crashing down.
私の人生、生活も生き方も事情を知らない親類からは姉さんの不名誉を理由にどれだけ蔑まれたことか。呪ったわ。あなたのお母さんを血を吐くほどに呪ったわよ。
Dang.
そりゃ嬉しいわ。これからもよろしく。
Yo, Anji's still talking smack. She don't care. A kick landed in Anji's side as she crawled on the ground. Anji didn't stand up again. So, she continued to lie there like a caterpillar as she was kicked each time as she spoke up.
姉さんを後ろ宮グループのパーティーで見かけたわ。
And she looked happy?
旦那と一緒でとても幸せそう。
Yup.
笑ってやがった。
Man.
私全部押し付けて自分だけ幸せに。
だから何？私に八つ当たりすると。
Exactly. How is that? It's not. It's not going to make you happy. Maybe it will, but
時間が
this
巻き戻っ
is.
て歴史が変わったりしてくれるわけ。
Yo, for real. Anji's making good points with this. Like, she's like, yo, I understand it's sad and stuff. It sucks, but it's not my problem still. Beating her up for something
さ
that
っき言ったわね。
her anger at
私
sister.
の人生
Man.
はいつ始まるのっていくら恨んでも八つ当たりしても時間を巻き戻すことなんてできない。じゃあ私は死ぬまでこうして死んでもなお姉さんを恨み続けて冗談じゃないわ。いつまで私は姉さんの亡霊に苛まれてなきゃならないのよ。だから考えたのよ。これを成し遂げたら全ての恨みを忘れてやり直せるってね。
And that's killing Anji. Or torturing her to death. Anji was about to lash back out at her, but stopped. Because she'd be kicked again if she responded. Even if Kasumi didn't say any more, Anji had a pretty good idea what she meant. Kasumi thought that by taking revenge against Kiri's daughter, Anji, she'd be able to put an end to her hatred. Yep. Talk about pushing your problems onto other people. 100%.
ほら、立ちそんなにこの島が大好きならしっかり深く埋めてあげるわよ。その若さで死にたくないでしょ。母が迷惑をかけてすみませんでしたとか言ってみたくはならない？
No.
誰が言うもんか。
Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing like that to you. You spit in my face and you're gonna beat me up with your guards? I forgot those two were there too.
こいつらを
Yeah.
挑発しちゃダメです。 ここは表向きだけでも調子を合わせて時間を稼ぐべきです。くだらないプライドは燃えないゴミの火に出しとけってよく言うわね。
Huh.
天草さんは
Yeah, where is
天
he?
草さんが来てくれればきっ
Well,
と
yeah, he's at the boat, so
ダメ。あいつの姿は見えないわ。
yeah, they can't see that far
エ
ahead.
ンジ様のバカ。どうして天草を置いてきたんです？
For real. I didn't need my mom to tell me. I was seriously regretting it already. I walked a long way. The forest was very thick. I've got no doubts that the signs of activity here won't reach the boat. Now let's see, make a loud sound. During the time it took for Kasumi to finish casually smoking a whole cigarette, I was continuously tormented by the black suits, as she had told them to. The moment I grabbed at my head, my scalp was kicked by someone at a bad angle and my head was filled with stars. Ah. The feeling of stars flickering in this gray, twisted world was when I remembered clearly. Anji is right here. She's getting jumped. My life was very similar to the one Sumadora Kasumi led. After all, as the successor of the Ushiromiya family, I was tormented constantly with various kinds of bullying, under the guise of education and training. Yes, having the inside of my head filled with stars like this is a feeling I know well. When being reprimanded for some error in manners I seemed to have made, the discussion always turned to whether I was fitting to be the successor or not, and on about the honor of the Ushiromiya family and how deep that was. By the time the conversation reached that point, I'd forget what mistake I was being blamed for in the first place. Not Ava, man. No, in fact, it was the same for Aunt Ava. After all, sometimes she'd ask herself, what was it again? But in the end, she wouldn't be able to remember, and would say something like,
私が怒っているということはきっとエンジェが何か悪いことをしたのだろう。ならその悪いことが問題なのであって、何をしたかなんて今さら思い出せなくても問題ない。
What? There was some ridiculous reasoning like that, and she'd keep on punishing me. Yeah, indeed ridiculous. Yes. Aunt Ava's punishment wasn't something that would continue until I learned something, or acknowledged my mistake, or apologized. It would continue until Aunt Ava wanted it to stop. So this violence was a bit nostalgic, in a way that made me want to vomit. I opened my eyes, and look, there's Aunt Ava. Right next to Kasumi, who's smoking a cigarette. I can see Aunt Ava almost as though the two of them are laughing together. When I think about it, even Aunt Ava's life must have been the thing worthy of my sympathy. Yeah, it's like all these characters. And that's what I like about the writing of this, is that despite some of these characters being complete like a-holes or just trash in terms of how they treat other people, like, you understand why they are the way they are and stuff, and I like that. The responsibility and pressure of being a member of the Ushiromiya family, which she often mentioned to me, had probably caused her great pain. Yeah, as we got to know that a lot about that last episode. After all, people can make insults that they've never been the target of themselves. And we got also Rosa there. It's probably the same for Aunt Rosa as well. As the youngest child of the honorable Ushiromiya family, she must have gone through many tough times. So it's just like what Aunt Ava did to me. Just like what Sumadora Kasumi is doing now. Aunt Rosa must have been the same. People tend to push the pain they're burdened with onto other people. Otherwise, they can never escape from that pain. Yep. So on and so on, in eternity and perpetuity. Yeah. The chain of pain and sadness does not end. That's why Maria One-chan's magic was so incredible. With her magic, she didn't have to bear the pain caused by Aunt Rosa. The pain probably was pushed onto her. Its weight probably tormented her. But One-chan didn't carry that burden on her own shoulders. She purified it and filled her world with happiness. Yeah, Maria changed that cycle of burning the pain onto other people, ending that Ushiromiya burden and hate. So I'm sure if Maria One-chan had children in the future, she probably wouldn't have pushed the pain that she had been forced onto her children. Yep, that chain of pain and sadness that stretched back to who knows for how long, which she couldn't understand and which she had inherited, which had been forced onto her. Maria One-chan cut it with her magic. Yep, exactly. Just as I said.
なーに 私に何か文句でもあるの？
I have a bunch of bones to pick with you. In the past, I would have snapped back. I would have met her hatred with hatred, so that they canceled out each other. No, nothing got canceled out. The thing being forced on me ended up right there on my shoulders. Just like how even now I hate her. So now that I know of magic, I'll look at the human called Ushiromiya Eva again. What I could see through it was a sad human form, no different from me, who had lost her family and who bore deep wounds from her heart. Yep, younger Eva, unable to withstand the pain of that torn heart. She was doing nothing more than howl sadly, like a lion crying in pain, like a child. Even Ushiromiya Eva, someone who should have felt compassion for her. She needed someone to understand the difficulties and pain of her childhood years. Even she, who was the only survivor of the Rokkenjima crime, who was faced with the curiosity of all society, who was publicly slandered and forced to have salt continually flung into the wound, had needed someone's compassion. In order to let Eva forget her pain and sadness at least a little, the Black Witch taught her magic just like the times it had possessed Aunt Rosa. It was the same magic of anger and sadness that Beatrice had taught Maria Onechan when she was mourning her torn-apart friend Sakutora. That same magic that Maria had probably dwelled inside Aunt Rosa too. So I mustn't hate Ushiromiya Eva. Maybe I should have become her ally, as the only person in the world who could understand her. What did I say to her when I was young, when she returned alive all alone? Could it be that I acted as though she'd killed my family and returned on her own? Ooh. Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it. I can't believe it. Aunt Eva, who had been more than an object of and a synonym of hatred throughout my life, is turning into a human I can understand? For real. And that's so crazy with the writing too. Like, the dual sides. So, I can see, right next to Aunt Eva, the form of the Black Witch who taught her the black magic. Yep, oh, this crazy one. Aunt Eva was crying. It was only natural. Not only was no one willing to understand the pain of losing her husband and son at once, but her only relative had insulted her, saying, "Give me back my dad and mom." I can make it the excuse that I was merciless because of my youth. However, to her at the time, it'd probably been more cruel enough to sever the last thread in her heart. In the following days, the talk shows and magazines publicly slandered her. The truth of her husband's business and character, and even her beloved son, were negated. She no longer had anything left. She could do nothing but cry and howl, trying to forget the pain and sadness at least for a while. After all, she could only feel a tiny bit of release, and only during the time that she howled. And so, the Black Witch taught her how to howl. The one I hated was the Black Witch. Black magic can probably release one from the pain for an instant. However, it never lifts that weight from a person's shoulders. On the contrary, it forces that weight onto further victims, filling the world with hatred. If only Aunt Eva knew of white magic and had a true witch nearby. Shouldn't that have been me? Ooh. Didn't I learn the magic to create happiness from Maria Onechan? Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. If I taught her with that magic, could we have built a future with a completely different relationship? That is a possibility. Man. Up until now, I've hated Aunt Eva constantly, so I didn't notice the Black Witch was beside her. Without love, I could not be seen. It could not be seen. I didn't have any love for her. So now, finally, I'll glare at the Black Witch. The one I truly should hate. big old giggles.
あら
She actually is talking. Okay.
何私のことが見えるの
I do not miss seeing
見え
you.
るわ私が憎むべきはエヴァおばさんじゃなかった、あんたよ。
Yep, this witch. Ava
すごい
Beatrice.
じゃない。人間の分際で魔女の私が見えるなんてね。それでその目つきは何だと言いたいわけ？私が憎い？
Mm-hmm.
憎い？
Let's spill my water.
憎いわ。でも少し違う。ただ悲しく思える。
Mm-hmm.
悲しい
Very sad. I mean, look at you. Don't laugh at the same time as
何
me.
言ってんの？いいじゃない。怒れば思いっきり憎んじゃえば？
憎まないわ。あんたを憎むことはエヴァおばさんの憎しみをそのまま受け継ぐだけ。
Mm-hmm.
私は
And that
憎しみを断ち切り
continuous
エヴァ
cycle.
おばさんの苦しみを受け止め、それを払って捨てるの。
何悟ったようなこと言ってるわけ？こいつ頭大丈夫？っていうかへそでも噛んで死んじゃえば？
Oh my gosh. So negative.
もっともっと蹴ってやりなさい。顔とかはダメよ。
Why not the face?
気の毒な顔がマシになっちゃったらつまんないから。
It's messed up. Jeez. Man. The black suits persistently kicked at my stomach and back. Oh man. As though they'd been ordered by the Black Witch.
やれやれ答えないね私をじーっと見ちゃって私が憎いでしょ私もよ
Kasumi sneered at me. But for some reason I had the feeling that she was crying behind that expression. Just like me, the pain of being forced into an unreasonable life would never ever heal, yeah. The sad lion, gasping in pain from the thorn he can't get out of, continues to howl. Ooh, that's a nice analogy.
島寺かすみ、見てごらんなさい。かつてのあんたがそこにいるわ。
Yo.
気分が晴れるでしょう。かつてそこにいたあなたが今度はこっち側にいるのよ。愉快でしょう。立場が逆になるのは。本当
Oh, so she can't. Okay.
愉快だわなんでそんな顔ができるのよエンジェ泣きなさいよ泣きたいんでしょ
Don't cry, Anji. You got this. I believe in you.
そうそう泣きたいに決まってる。泣かせちゃいなさいって。あの時のあんたは泣かされちゃったじゃない。だからこいつも泣かせてやりなさいよ。エンジェもいいのよ。泣いちゃえば。
泣きなさいよエンジェあんたの泣き顔が見たいのよ泣いてごめんなさいかすみおばさんって言ってごらんなさいよ
そうその言葉を言わせるのよ。あの言葉辛いでしょ。
They are laying it on her right now. They really want her to say something
本当に辛かったでしょ。
or make her cry.
同じ思いを
Anji ain't gonna give in to
そう
that.
することであなたの痛みは和らげることができるの。そうよ、それでいいのよ。もっと自分に素直になりなさい。もっともっといっぱいに自分の感情を吐き出しちゃえば。
The Black Witch provoked Kasumi, and Kasumi is giving into it. And Kasumi began to give herself more give herself over to that dark emotion. By turning deep sadness into evil alcohol and forcing it down, trying to forget it for just an instant, nothing would change. The words Kasumi insulted me with were themselves sad. Really sad. And I couldn't forgive the Black Witch who had imposed that sadness on Kasumi. I had gone limp, which seemed to have stopped the black suit's kicking competition. Or maybe the kickers were getting tired too. Kasumi didn't order them to stop, but at some point they did. However, it was reflected in Kasumi's eyes and they burned me with the flames of hatred. She had been tempted by the witch to do that in order to relieve her own pain. She said, nah, more. This is not it. A little violence. What more are you? The evil persuasion.
Ushiromiya
I cannot live without hating you. What a line. Just sadness right here, man. Jeez. Oh. I thought someone about to show up for the save. Oh, man. Hey, don't disrespect the flowers for the dead, for the ones who have passed. The Black Witch grinned at me unpleasantly, using her chin to signal Kasumi to pick it up. Hey! Kasumi picked up the flowers I was going to offer, brought them all the way over to me, dropped them, and then made it show of trampling them. Her expression was filled with hatred and a frantic quality that couldn't be explained with hatred alone. She trampled them over and over again, as though her sadness was reaching the bursting point. Yeah. So the sound of her trampling it was just sad. What are you gonna do when you can't think of anything else to make her suffer with? Oh, what? Is that the grimoire? Hold up. Oh no! Oh, points to that. Yeah, right. Maria's grimoire. Oh man. Kasumi also noticed it and picked up that book, which was heavier than it looked. How heavy is that book, actually? I mean, jeez. Maria was carrying that every day, everywhere. Hey, Ava Beatrice, now you gotta chill. Oh man, this messed up. Kasumi opened the grimoire, skimmed over the contents, and snorted derisively. It's terrible. Of course my hand couldn't reach. What happened? Oh, there we go. My stomach was once again kicked by the black suits and I doubled over. Man, Ava Beatrice, yo, this is terrible. And she does. As though remembering something painful, Kasumi's face twisted for an instant. Ah, man, but then disappeared, changing it into a scornful smile directed at me. Yo, Kasumi, don't do this. Jeez.
あなたの
And
苦痛は和ら
they're
げ
getting
な
they're
い
getting the
の。
reaction now. Yeah.
これ恥ずかしい本。少女の時代に多少は占いの真似事に興味を持つこともあるけれど、こ
But
れはちょっ
yeah,
と行き過ぎじゃない？やだ、魔法だってあんたあれでしょ。アニメとかのなんとかなんとかって呪文を言いながら魔女に変身するや
relax,
つ。
Kasumi.
ああいうの好きなんでしょ。痛々しいわ。
Cackling, Kasumi opened to a random page and showed it to the black suits. Black suits looked and guffed. Man, guffawed. I never. That sneer didn't wound me. I say wound again, but I couldn't forgive it. After all, that sneer was ridiculing Maria One-chan for real. Ain't no one ridicule Maria. I don't hate Kasumi, but for forcing that unhealing anger and sadness on Kasumi, I cannot forgive the Black Witch. That Black Witch ate into Aunt Ava, Sumadora, Kasumi, and Aunt Rosa, tormenting them for an eternity without letting their wounds be healed. I cannot forgive her. I can't forgive the Black Witch.
何これ？
Ava Beatrice the Menace, returning for this.
お空から雨玉を降らせる魔法ですって？何何？お日様で清めたお水にお砂糖を溶いて、
Sprinkle water cleansed by the sun
魔
with
法の
water.
杖を浸して呪文を。何これ？
Man.
痛い。
The black suits were also rolling around, guffawing. Then grinning, the Black Witch whispered something into Kasumi's ear. Oh boy, what other ideas are you going to give her? After glaring at me with a grin, Kasumi took that page. Oh no. Kasumi got a hold of the page, tore it off, crumpled it, and threw it away. Oh no. I had a feeling that she was going to rip it eventually.
ひどいよ。
Mm-hmm.
それはマリアの魔法。あら、そうなの？それはお気の毒。
She said, too bad. She said, boo. She looked at Song and said, boo hoo. That it wasn't one of the spells to summon happiness that Maria had made with Sakutoro. Anyone knows that making sugar, water, cooling it, and leaving it in the window isn't going to make candy fall from the sky. But after repeating it every day, one time on her way home from school, she had found several pieces of candy scattered around. Man. How happy must that miracle have made Maria One-chan? She didn't treasure that candy, eating it during her night alone with Sakutoro to distract herself from her loneliness. Man. That magic that One-chan had given birth to had been torn and thrown away, and had disappeared. The whole miracle of happiness that magic had given birth to had been torn and thrown away.
これも傑作だわ。
Still
晩ご
going
飯の
with
クリーム
this.
コロッケにする魔法。次は何？ピーマンが美味しく食べられる魔法？これも生かすわ。バカバカしい。
Man.
それも破いちゃいなさいよ。どんどん破いちゃえば。
With a brutal, loud laugh, the Black Witch made Maria One-chan's spells get torn out one after another. Magic of happiness was sneered at, torn, and thrown away.
やめろマリア教の魔法。
Yeah, Lady Maria. Yeah. Mhm.
汚い毒素で怪我すんじゃない。
Filthy. Maman cried and yelled, but she had no way of reaching Kasumi.
せにする魔法？ないない、そんなのないってば。痛みと苦しみはね、他人に押し付けてしか癒せないのよ。あんたは確か魔法のお友達とかいうやつだったわよね。
Yo.
須磨寺かすみ、こいつのページを開きなさい。
Okay, what's on this page now?
これは何？魔法のお友達ですって。煉獄の七
Hey, 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 stay away from the Seven Sisters.
物騒な名前。
Yeah, that's the
す
stage
ごい速
name.
さで飛んで敵をやっつけてくれるんですって。エンジェ、あなたこんな魔法が使えるなら今すぐ使った方がいいんじゃない？くだらない。
Man, that page that wrote the Seven Sister Portrait was also heartlessly torn away. The page itself was just paper. It wasn't Maman's vessel or anything. But the tearing, denying toxin burned Maman from inside. Maman's face twisted from that heat and pain. I was wondering if it's going to have an effect still, even though it's not. Yeah. Jeez.
大丈夫、マモン。しっかり。これくらい。
Yeah.
私よりエンジェ様の方が辛い。
However, Mun's expression was twisted with unbearable anguish and humiliation.
やめろ、黒き魔女。
Why?
どうして
Man.
魔法を幸せのために使えない
Yeah,
んだ
why
よ。
can't you? Terrible person.
あんたも魔法のお友達ね。あんたも怪我してあげるわ。須磨寺かすみ、こいつのページも探しなさい。
こっちは何？何この下手くそなライオンの落書き。作太郎？
Yeah, put respect on the
変
name.
な名前。一番大好きなお友達だって。そうなの？これがあんたの友達？親友？このライオンが？ねえねえ。
本当に下手くそな落書き。こんなブサイクなライオンがあんたなのね。
Yo, that's
こ
so
んなのを
rude.
友達にしてるなんて、後宮マリアってこの頭のかわいそうさに呆れてへそでお茶が湧いちゃうわ。
Yo, your teeth game is a joke.
へそかん
Like,
で死んじゃえば。
man, Sakatoro, jeez, you didn't need to hear that,
マ
man.
リアをバカにするな。やめて、破かないで。ダメ。
Yup, saying in unison, there was a shrill sound. The page had been filthily ripped out. The picture of Sakutoro that One-chan had drawn was violently ripped in half. Oh, flashback right here? Oh, okay. I was expecting that. Man. Seems like his what? Life flashed before his eyes? Man. Ordering the guards to laugh. A pair of the black suits laughed vulgarly and heartlessly trampled the two halves that had been torn and thrown away. Man. For real.
僕は悲しくなんかないよ。ただ
That frustration.
マリアのことをバカにされて何も言えない自分が悔しい。
Yeah, can't do anything about it, yeah.
私たちは見えない人間にはいな
いも当然私たちは必要としてくれる人間としか交流できない。だから
Kagu. As Sakatora and Momon supported each other, they crouched down, sobbing. I couldn't stand it either. Those who can't see how wonderful the world of magic is can't understand it. I can't explain to humans who can't understand, so it gets belittled. If you could show them it, but you can't, because in front of humans who are filled with the magic-resistant toxin and who can't understand magic, magic can't be used.
本当にわけがわかんないわ。この妄想日記、頭がおかしいとしか思えない。あんたのお花畑の頭の中が垣間見えて、本当に面白いわ。気持ち悪い子。あんたもマリアも。そこのぬいぐるみと家具もね。
Oh my gosh, man.
おかしいわ。あんた友達いないん
Man,
でしょ。
they just salt wound onto salt wound. They just keep on. They don't stop.
大丈夫。私にもわかるわよ。そういう生活。わかるもの。だから私が認めてあげるわ。
Accept it.
あんた。本当にかわいそうな。
I know it's like that way, so I'll tell you that you're pitiful still. Like, man, to you it probably would look like someone made by a pitiful child. That's right. If 100 people were to read One-chan's diary, 100 people would probably think the same thing. I used to be like that too. But you know, despite all that, Maria One-chan summoned a world of happiness. Don't deny. That magic, that happiness.
頑固な子ね、あんたは。
Hey, Anji ain't giving up. Yo, props to Anji for
これ
this.
で最後よ。
The
あんた
last
とマリ
one?
アの信じた本当にくだらない魔法の根源を引き裂いてあげるわよ。
And what is this? What's the last one?
スマデラかすみ、そのページを読み
Because
な
we went
さい。
through everything that came across my
何
mind.
このカラフルなページは何何
Is a picture of everyone together?
大好きなママといつまでも仲良しでいられる魔法。
Oh.
やめて、そのページだけは。
この魔法
What is on that page? I'm curious to see how's it written. Like, what are the steps?
こんなに短い呪文なら私にだって覚えられちゃう。やってみようかしら。
You gotta have this light laugh with
簡単な
it.
呪文よね。いいわよ。やってあげなさい。みんなも吹き出しちゃうから。
With expressions that ridiculed it from the bottom of their hearts, the Black Witch and Kasumi tapered their mat, yeah. And they said it aloud. Ain't no way, man. The black suit stared blankly, asking what the heck that was supposed to be. Yo, what? I was expecting them to go with that ooh there. Even Kasumi answered, cackling.
これがね
Ain't no way.
呪文なんだって。おかしい。
Oh man.
ほら、
Yo,
あんたたちもやってみれ
no,
ば
don't make them do it. Yo, this is messed up. Oh man, the black suits imitated that moaning voice, making fun of it. Ooh, ooh. It was an incantation for the magic that would always let her friend, always be friends with her beloved mother. Oh, okay. Man, putting that into perspective, dang.
このバカみたいだな。
All these episodes and that's what. Oh man.
言うだけで家族仲が良くなるなら世界はずっと平和だわ。
Dang. Yo, yo, relax. Ava Beatrice, stop. Relax.
こんなの連呼してたら頭のかわいそうなこと思われるのがオチよ。
Yo,
バカじゃ
she did not hold back.
やめろ。その魔法だけはけなさないで。
It was the day of the picnic when Maria One-chan and Rosa were alone. It was written that this was one of the top 5 happiest days of her life. One-chan was singing a song she just learned from her mama. Her mother had been delighted, but partway through, Maria forgot the lyrics. But since she saw that her mother was so happy, she tried to sing until the very end, with ooh ooh ooh. Even though she'd only pretended to know the lyrics, her mother had enjoyed it a lot. After that, ooh remained as an incantation to remember that day she spent in fun happiness with her mother. Wow. Of course, even though she seemed to find it funny at first, Aunt Rosa eventually tired of hearing it. Yeah, as we know, she did get tired of hearing that. Yo. And eventually started scolding One-chan when she said it. But to One-chan, it was a memory of a fun day that she'd never forget. Man. So among the spells that Maria had created, it was the oldest and the first. Kasumi stuck her fingernails into that page too. Dang it, Kasumi!
やめて。破かないで。そのページだけは許して。
Yeah, at least that page.
ダメ。
Man, what a villain. With a shrill sound, a girl's world of happiness was erased. Mocking. Man.
これがあんたらの幸せな魔法なわけ。笑っちゃう笑っちゃう。
Oh my gosh.
幸せ
Yo,
にな
the
る魔
voice
法なんて
actress
ね
is
あるわけ
doing
な
well
い
with
でし
this
ょ。
right now.
魔法はね、怒りとね、憎しみでできてるのよ。
Immersed into the role.
幸せってのはね、自分の背負わされた憎悪を人に全て押し付けた時にのみ与えられる解放感を言うのよ。あんたたちの言う幸せなんて絵本の中にしか出てこないまやかしなのよ。
As Kasumi laughed her head off, she slammed the grimoire against the ground and stepped on it. Man.
悔しい？ねえ、悔しい？幸せの白き魔女さんたち。そんなに悔しかったら見せてみれば？あんたたちの魔法。あるなら使ってみせればいいじゃない。魔法が使えない魔女なんて魔女じゃない。つまり本当の魔女は私たち。あんたたちなんて魔法の夢で現実から逃避しているだけのクソガキどもなのよ。
Oh?
じゃあ
Aye.
魔法を私が見せることができたなら、お姉ちゃんの魔法を
Will you?
信じてくれるの？
Ooh, okay. Hey, Ava Beatrice, watch yourself.
魔法を使って見せることができたならね。ならやってみろよ、このクソボケガキ。
Jeez. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Silently, slowly, I stood up. Hey! Sensations of this cramped world, such as pain in my body, felt truly trifling.
あら、まだ立てる元気はあったの
Kasumi,
ね。
shut up, man. Let's see her do magic.
立ち上がって何をしてみせるの？見せてみなさいよ、魔法。
魔法はあるわ。
はあ？
Yo,
この子何を言い出すかと思え
Yeah,
ば、
wait, what did she say?
あんたたち今の聞
yeah,
い
she did. Yeah, you heard her. Clean your ears.
へえ、面白いじゃない。半魔法の毒素を理由に あんたたちはいつも奇跡の力を拒んできた。白き魔女マリアの弟子。見せてみなさいよ。魔法を。
Yeah, she got serious about it too. She's like, oh, yo, she ain't playing around.
一体どれだけの人間がその奇跡を信じて裏切られていったか知っている？誰もが信じ、誰もが裏切られて絶望した。そして本当の魔法は私たち黒き魔女の力でしか得られないことを知るのよ。憎しみを誰かにぶつけるのはただの罪。そんなのは魔法じゃないわ。本当の魔法を私が見せてやる。
Show you real magic. Not this fake stuff that you do. The Black Witch winced slightly. However, Kasumi sneered at me even more.
なら見せてごらんなさいよ。それであんたはどの魔法を見せてくれるの？飴玉を降らせる魔法？
Yo, be quiet. Kasumi, yo. Ooh! The instant she opened my eyes, I opened my eyes. A tremendous wind rose.
何？突然。
Yeah. What you gotta say now?
おいでなさい。
Hey!
煉獄の七姉妹。
All 7 sisters. Let's go. There was a flash between. Oh, wait, what happened? There was a flash behind me, and in an instant, 7 pieces of high-level furniture were gathered there. There's a power that matched even Maria Onechan and Beatrice. Ooh. It was a power that far surpassed the magical strength that I had in my prime. Yup, all 7 right there. Wait. Yeah, wait. Oh, I can't go back to that image. Yeah, but Momon's here too. And resolve, yeah. Now she does. Trying to prove Ava Beatrice wrong. And Kasumi. And protect Lady Maria. Exactly.
今こそ魔法の奇跡を見せることを命令するわ。
Hey, the miracle of magic.
無理です。いくらなんでもこれだけ大勢の毒素の前では。
The 7 sisters also remembered what had happened in the classroom. If they could have obeyed Anji's orders, they would have. However, surrounded by the toxin that runs thick in humans, they hadn't been able to display the magic of miracles. Miracle of magic. And they remembered very well how deeply that had hurt Anji. But Anji spoke very quietly. Ooh, you all believe in magic.
マリアージュ・ソルシエールは人を幸せにするために生まれた。そしてそれは黒き魔女と戦うためでもあった。その創立者の一人、原初の魔女マリア教が生み出した世界を否定する愚かなる黒き魔女にその奇跡を見せ、その世界を守るために信じて魔法を魔女を今こそ奇跡を。
When Kasumi gave an order to the black suits, one of them took out a gun and pointed at Anji. That escalated quickly.
魔法を見せてくれるんでしょ？なら見せてちょうだい。魔法で火の玉でも稲妻でも打ち出してこの男を倒してみせなさいよ。
What?
チャンスは一度。3つ数えるうちにやってお見せなさい。
Countdown? Jeez.
覚悟してもらうわよ。
打ちなさいよ。
なんだこの鍵。
Yo, Anji confident with this. She believes in them. The black suit pointing the gun laughed at Anji's detached attitude. She is.
こいつ頭の中までお花が咲いてやがる。なら撃たれなさいよ。死んじゃえば。 中断は魔法では防げないよ。いいえ、何も恐れることはないわ。私の魔法は、煉獄の七姉妹は
She really is confident in that. Okay.
エンジ様。
All or nothing. Momoa was perplexed by Anji's absolute trust. If she could comply, she would have. On that day as well. But because she had been unable to do anything, she had hurt Anji.
ガキめ、魔法が使えるってんなら早く見せてみやがるってんだ。どうしたよ、早く魔法を見せてみろってんだ。ほら、遠慮はいらねえぜ。俺にパピョーンと魔法ってやつをお見舞いしてくれよ。
Yo, what a laugh right there. The black suits jeered at me. But Anji simply concentrated her mind in silence.
撃っちゃえば。撃ってみろって言ってるのよ、向こうは。
この子恐怖でもう頭が
Hey,
どうかしてるんだ
hey,
わ。
don't underestimate. Do not underestimate.
エンジちゃん。
I'm looking for this miracle to
好きな
happen.
だけ魔女ごっこをしてなさい。撃て。
いいんですか。
She said fire, man, fire.
死ね。エンジェ。やれるもんならやってみなさいよ。あんたの魔法を。
The black suit cocked the gun and sneered, pulling the trigger. Oh. The sound of gunfire rang out, and the world stopped. The red spray scattered out, and chunks of flesh flew. From who? Hey! Let's go!
何をしてるの？
Haha, believe!
銃弾ごとき無粋な石ころをエンジェ様に許すつもり？
Exactly. This little pebble. Lucifer lined up the bullet perfectly. With a single swing, sliced it. And in the chest of the black suit who had apparently fired the gun was a hole as big as a fist. Yo, this dude got wasted.
たまには
And Leviathan?
私が一番のでもいいわよね。
Half of Leviathan's body was covered with blood, and a cold smile was on her face. Then slowly, the pitiful prey that she had brought down fell over. Huh? They did.
バカね。まだあんた信じてない。
Yeah, believe, Maman, believe.
私たちの主の魔力。
Huh? You asked for it, and look what happened.
権限したっていうの？
Exactly.
何を。
Maho. Kasumi and the rest were flustered. He certainly seemed to have fired his gun. Lucifer up front with that first hit. However, it hadn't hit Anji. And why? Was the person who fired hurt instead?
これが
You didn't believe, and look what happened. Kasumi,
レビアタン。
Leviathan,
光栄の至り。
my mistake.
我らが主に逆らう愚かなる人間どもよ。今こそひれ伏せ。審
Oh,
判の時。
time for judgment. Let's go. Let's get this massacre going. They wanted to
人
fight.
間の世界に魔法は持ち込めないはずなのに、魔法は見えないはずなのに、触れられないはずなのに、どうして？これが本当の魔法だからよ。
It's true magic. Exactly.
何をしてるのよお前たち。殺せ。殺せ。
One of the black suits who had finally come to his senses took out his gun, readied it.
我らが主に銃口を覗かせる無礼を。私ね。
Yep, die. Another one down. Those words were a requiem. The man's chest had already been pierced by Lucifer, who had become the stake of pride in an instant. Thump. With the sound of a second person falling, the black suits now realized for certain that their lives were in peril. Yeah, time to retreat. No mercy, kill them all. Man, after they stomped out Anji, the instant one of the black suits doubled over in shock and turned on his heels to escape from that place, the sake of sloth. Exactly, no one leaves. In his right eye, a hole as big as a walnut opened, and his head split. Jeez. Belphegor was sprayed with blood, and her face twisted demonically with the joy at being able to use her full power. Huh. The black suits were flustered, pointing their guns in every direction, but they didn't understand what was happening. They knew that something terrifying was coming for them from somewhere, but they didn't know where. They can't hear you. But they couldn't see. Because they didn't believe in magic, they couldn't see. Yup. Just as the Black Witch said, Satan was standing boldly right in front of the one... Yeah, black suit, yeah. However, the black suit couldn't see her at all. A fool's price. Yo, she's channeling in her inner Kumasawa right there with that that howling. The power of belief is stronger. Huh. Exactly. A real one. Ha. Nothing else better to say? As though announcing his candidacy for becoming the fourth victim, as one of the black suits pointed his gun at Anji. And the trigger was. Anji glared at him coldly and simply ordered. The stake of anger pierced and smashed the bullet fired by the black suit, and continued straight on towards the man's face. Yep. With a terrible explosive sound, the upper half of the man's head was smashed. Man, bathed in scattered flesh and blood, Anji quietly asked one more question. Do you still not believe? Exactly. Disbelief. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of dudes get bodied in front of me. Yo, I'm believing in everything. Yo. She really trying to use the power of magic toxins. Hey, even Sakatoro manifesting. Yep, those two, yep. Yeah, it exists.
もっと違った穏やかなものになっていただろう。そなたがその生涯において本当の魔女と出会えなかったことを私は哀れむ。
I pity you. Katsumi let out a piercing scream. At the same time, two of the black suits came for me at once, thrusting their guns at my head, like they were trying to use me as a hostage against something that their eyes couldn't see. Against the Seven Sisters of Purgatory, who had now reached the levels of weapons, this was completely pointless.
畜生、どこにやがるんだ。攻撃をやめねえとこの天の命はねえぞ。姿を現しやがれ。
何言ってんのこいつ。美味しそうな腹渡をしてるくせに。
Oh boy.
園児様、次は
She said, "Yo, I want that gut."
許す、殺せ。ありがたき幸せ。死ねー。
The man's chest split and his guts poured out. Ugh. This terrible way of dying threw the other man into a total panic. For real. Ugh. Man. However, Asmodeus' form was already at his back, grasping his neck and smiling obscenely. Yo. Yeah, but she's the mistake of lust, right?
園児様、ご希望はございますか？ 頭。
The head? Yep.
かしこまりました。我が死ね。
The final black suit had his head smashed by the stake of lust, and as his insides scattered, he twisted and fell. In the gruesome world where 6 people lay in a sea of blood, witch and human confronted each other.
スマデラかすみ、そなたの哀れなる人生に私は心の底より同情する。その埋めえぬ心の穴を塞げる魔法を授けてもよい。そなたに
If you could believe, yo, if you could believe, you get spared. Or at least she'll grant you magic that can seal that hole in your heart. Oh, that's not the words you should have said. Okay, well, goodbye. As Kasumi, who was scared of her wit, stepped backwards, she picked up a handgun that someone had dropped. When shaking, she pointed at Anji.
そうよ、かすみ。その銃で撃ちなさい。あんたの憎しみを銃弾に変えて放ちなさい。殺してやる。
Kasumi, you went to the wrong. You shouldn't have done any of this.
殺さなきゃ。私の人生は報われないのよ。そうよ、殺して。引き金を引いて。あいつにあんたのみすぼらしい
You listen to Ava Beatrice is also not a good idea either. Man.
全部叩きつけてやるの。そうでなきゃあんたは痛みと苦しみから解放されないのよ。
Yeah, because you'd be dead.
やめて、かすみおばさん。黒き魔女に耳を貸してはダメ。
Exactly.
殺してやる。殺してやる。あんたの母親のせいで私の人生はめちゃくちゃ。
なら私の魔法でその人生をこれから少しずつ
Starting now, she said, "Yo, I could help you right. Starting right now, I could help you. Just put the gun down, man."
あなたに新しい世界への扉を開いてあげられるの。
そんなも
Man.
のはないわ。あいつの言う救いなんてどうせおとぎ話の中だけよ。あんたの人生はもはや死ぬまで遂げま
Man, who is she gonna listen
その苦痛の叫
to?
びをあいつに聞かせてやりなさい。失ったものは何も取り返せないのよ。そうでしょ、スマデラカスミ。
そうね、何も取り返せないかもしれない。でもきっと新しく何かを生み出
Yeah,
すことがで
something
きる。
more
だからかすみおば
positive.
さん、その銃を捨てて、かすみおばさんにも幸せな世界を
I might be able to help you. She's offering a helping hand. Man. Would she take it or not?
私はね、あんたの母親が逃げたせいで、
But she's still stuck on that.
母親の言い名付けと
So that's what happened? So she ended up marrying that fiance? Huh.
将来を誓い合った男がいたのよ。別れさせられたのよ。
Yikes. Yeah, that kind of is sad.
母親の代わり毒探されて、話もろくにしたことがない男とちぎりを交わさせられた私の気持ちが分かるって殺してやりたかった、なのに姉さんは勝手に死んだわ。
Huh.
だからあんたを殺すの。
Dang.
そうでなきゃ
The hatred
私
is...
のトゲまみれ
Yep.
の人生は終わらないのよ。
She's convinced herself that she can't get away from that. From Kasumi's eyes, tears of passion dripped down. So pitiable. This person's tears were so clear and beautiful. But for that very reason, she hadn't been able to fully withstand her sad pain, and had been given no choice but to listen to the Black Witch's temptation. Yep.
かわいそうにならばせめてあなたをあなたの魂を永遠に解放し、遠さの鎖から
Goodbye,
解き放つ
Kasumi.
それが今の私にできる唯一の施しかもしれない。
死ねー、後ろ宮エンジェー。さようなら、かすみおばさん。
Yep,
静かな
adios.
世界で
Ciao.
ゆっくりと休んで。
I no longer felt anger or hatred for you. I just want to let your soul rest in peace. Kasumi's handgun spat fire. Slowly that bullet continued through a world frozen to the utmost limit, aiming for Anji's forehead. Yo, she got that aim.
マモン、
Oh, Maman with the final. Come on, Maman.
強欲のママ、ここに。
You can do it.
ありがとう。
Hey.
あなたたちと作太郎に出会えたから、私は全てを理解できた。エンジェ、作太郎は後ろを向いていなさい。
Oh.
マモン、その女を解放してあげる。
She said, yo, look what Sakura. This is about to get messy.
そして
How is
マ
she,
リアージュ・ソルシエルの名誉を守れ。
how's she going to kill her? She don't want Sakura to see.
覚悟せよ、スマデラかすみ。
Even though the world was frozen, the stake of greed flashed like lightning, and had already gotten behind Kasumi.
貴様に多少の得があるならば、再び煉獄の山で相まみえようぞ。死ね
The upper half of Kasumi's head was smashed. Oh. Her cage of flesh was shattered, and she was finally released. Man, after the head.
あとはあんたね、
Oh, Ava Beatrice. Yeah, I was like, yo, what about Ava Beatrice?
黒
Yep.
き魔女。
Yeah, we're
今と
not
なって
done.
はあなたにエヴァおばさんの面影を見ていることさえ彼女に申し訳なく思うわ。
Yep. And she's over here still laughing.
私の姿が
Laughing?
未だに後ろにエヴァに見えているなら、それはあんたの中で未だに私が許せてないということだわ。
Huh?
分かっているのよ、エンジェ。あんただってトゲまみれの人生から解放されたくて仕方がないの。
Hey, mind your business. Even though that is kind of true, but
面白いことを思いついたわ。
And what's that?
私もあんたに魔法を見せてあげる。
yeah.
あんたを殺すのは私じゃないわ。
What? With the worst smiles on her face, the Black Witch changed her form into something like a black mist. Or else a vast swarm of black flying insects was being. Oh, that's just nasty. Ugh. That got me a little itchy. They said a bunch of, like, insects flying. Ugh. Until then, the black mist began to gather bit by bit, shaping itself into the form of a human.
何の真似？
Yeah, what is it supposed to be? Turn into herself into a black smoke?
うすうす
Like
は
the
想
smoke
像が
monster?
ついてるくせに。あんたが最も憎み、恨んだ、あの女よ。そして女も、あなたを最も恨み、
Ava?
恨んだ。
Oh! When the black mist cleared, over there was Ava's form, as she had been during her life. Oh! Her hands were holding a gun.
エヴァおばさん
Hold the Glock out.
死んだわよ。
Or gun out. That Glock would be the... Yeah.
あんたを殺すために地獄から戻ってきたわよ。
Ava glared at me with a mad laugh.
でも、あまり驚かないわ。エヴァおばさん、そういう人だったし。
私のお葬式はさぞや気分が晴れ晴れしてでしょ。
Definitely.
私も晴れ晴れしていたわよ。あんたの面を二度と見なくて済むようになるんだからね。
Okay, I gotcha.
でも、たった一つだけ心残りがあったわ。
Which is that? Have you noticed anything like that?
それがこれよ。
Oh, the scene as a whole. Oh, the scene as a whole? Well, there's been a few thoughts in my mind regarding the scene. The first was when they mentioned the toxins and whatnot. Like that's the thing that was sticking out to me with that.
それが最後の遺言だったの。
But is there anything else that seems off about the scene as a whole? Off the top of my head, no. How pitiful. Even after death, my aunt wasn't released from her pain.
黒き魔女の力こそが私の魔法の源泉だったわ。
But even more so, something that's been bothering me is like where they are. Like that's something that's been like, I know they're on the island, but where on the island are they? They just kind of just somewhere like
怒りと憎しみが私に努力と不屈を教えてくれた。
Okay, I gotcha.
それはあんたの言う現実逃避の魔法とは
I'll
全
keep
く違
that
う
in
の。
mind. Completely different from the magic to escape reality that you speak of. Magic which path?
あんたの言う魔法なんて、ただの八つ当たりによるストレス解消だわ。私たちの魔法は違う。世界そのものを作り変えるの。あんたの性悪魔法とは全く格が違う。
The wicked magic versus the good magic.
なら黒と白のどちらが勝つかこの場で決着をつけてあげる。死してなお黒き魔法で復活してあんたをこうして重厚で狙える私の奇跡に、あんたの白き魔法はどんな奇跡で対抗を？半魔法の毒素であなたを取り込んだわ。
So seen from a non-magical perspective, ooh, that's some craziness stuff right there. From a non-magical perspective, how could one even pertain this to that?
七姉妹はもう二度と呼べないわよ。
She flung mini bombs at them, and they blew up that way.
さっきの奇跡はもう
I'm sounding like Battler right now with his theories. But that is interesting, another way to put it that way, into that perspective.
いいわよ。マモン、私に力を貸して。
Oh, Maman didn't respond. She didn't appear. Certainly, as she said, the magic-resisting toxin had burned everything up like a wasteland parched by a blazing sun. This might be a little rough.
呼びかけても無駄よ。もう二度と煉獄の七姉妹は答えない。
Never answer, what?
だから それでも呼べるから魔法なのよね。
yo, for real. That's full Battler right there. Battler will be like, yo, she had birds come down that she trained throwing bombs. She trained the insects to climb on them, and they had many. Yo, Battler is funny with that stuff though. But that is interesting though, thinking about a way that this would be without, from a non-magical perspective.
これでお別れよ。よかったわね。あんたの終着駅がここ。
Yo, she's over here about to kill her with a smile on her face.
ええ、全くよ。気が利くわね。
ありがとう。それじゃお別れ。
The barrel of the gun rose slowly, so that you could see all the way down it. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm doing a quick save. I've done a quick save throughout this whole episode, so. Then, the trigger was slowly. At that moment, the gun exploded. It wasn't that it was. It wasn't that it fired. It burst. You're kidding me. In shock inside a frozen space, Ava looked at the ruptured gun. When the time melted, the fragments would probably smash into her face all at once. What?
強欲のママ
Hey! Mom did show up. Huh.
バカ
Behind Ava's back, Maman stood. Maman. She had already penetrated the target and had given her, which was the gun.
これで魔法は十分、エヴァおばさん。
What? Nothing to say.
うんじ
Oh, that was a crusty Anji. Yo. Then time melted. The fragments of the burst gun and exploding gunpowder burned into her face, letting out a shrill scream as she covered her face and rolled around. Did y'all hear that? The way she said Anji? Jeez. It was pitiful. Yeah,
な
goodbye.
かったわね。これでゲームオーバーよ、エヴァおばさん。
I signaled to Maman so that Ava would be freed quickly from the pain of her burnt face as she writhed around. Yeah.
ありがとう、マモン。あ
You're
の日の
welcome.
教室であなたたちの迷惑を罵ったことを、今こそ、心の底より、そしてあなたたちは魔女を守るための優秀な家具だった。
That's nice.
こ
Thanks.
ちらこそ
That's nice little thing right there.
良き魔女に、良き主に最後に出会え、家具の本分を尽くせたことを心より光栄に思います。
Yo, ever since I made that little joke about the bug thing, yo, I kind of got me a little itchy now. Mulan had understood. This would be the final job I'd give her. Oh man, that sunset. Mulan quietly walked up to me. Dark outside now? Jeez. It's actually dark outside. Then she looked down at Ava.
エヴァおばさん、今日まで付き合ってくれてありがとう。
You're welcome.
これでお別れよ。Have a nice dream.
Hey, hey, hey.
See you here.
Haha. Yo, if she said cool while on the ground with a thumbs up, that'd be hilarious. It scared me. Then the light sound of her forehead being bored into rang out. The battle of gunpowder smoke and fury of white and black magic ended. I get the feeling it was truly a long journey, and the world slowly sank into darkness. Yo, shush. My neighbor's dog's barking loud as heck. They need to relax. Okay, I'm going to end it right here. Because I'm low-key been a bit tired and hungry. And we'll continue with this beat now and see what's going on with Anji here. So, oh my god, what's in my... That's bothering me this whole day. What the heck? My screen too bright? Jeez. Same brightness as usual. But yo, thank you for tuning in for the stream. I'll keep that in mind. I'm probably going to go back and check out the scene again. Thinking about about that whole thing and what's off on that, because that's interesting, especially getting into this perspective that there's also, you know, magic and not magic, non-magic in this world. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Next stream will be on Tuesday. Yeah, I think I need to give my eyes a rest. But yeah, this was nice. This is a nice little area here. It was kind of, it's like somewhat slow with like the fields of Anji and then going back and forth, but in the end it was nice. It was nice seeing how it was resolved like this for now. I assume. But man, yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll see you on Tuesday for some more Umineko. Yeah, it's just connecting the dots. Like, I feel like I have ideas, but it's just connecting it. It's just the connecting part. It's the connecting part. But reveal about the past? Okay. Yeah, I definitely go back and check out the scene again. But yeah, as I do with a bunch of other scenes. Man, it's fun. It's fun though. I really like this. I like the mystery of this and how everything is building up and connecting overall. Really well written story. Like, props to 07 expansion and whatnot. Ryuk's 07 for writing this. Yo, this is some well written stuff. Like, each episode, I find more and more appreciation for the writing that's going on in this. But man, yeah, anyways, yo, thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow I'll be uploading stuff on the channel as usual, and I might stream Danganronpa tomorrow. I haven't streamed in like a few weeks because I've been busy on Saturdays. I'm busy this Saturday again. Hopefully I'm not busy next Saturday. But yeah, if I don't do it on Friday, then I'll probably do it on Sunday. Maybe a Sunday stream. I'll see how I feel. If not, then I'll have some uploads of it on the channel. So yeah, again, thank you for tuning in again. Tuesday we'll be back for this. Seeing where we're going to be at as we get the crunch down, as we get farther and farther towards the end of this episode. So yeah, thank you for tuning in again. I really like this. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Have a good day. Peace and out.